Cheers! It's been a while and we've missed you guys. Look how big this baby is. Alright, so here's the deal. It's been a really long time and I have these videos that I was still gonna post, but I feel like as a new mom, I get to radically shift the way that I edit these so that it's really easy. Before, that would look like setting out my laptop and like having hours and going through footage, and like ain't nobody got time for that because I get all your messages and all your comments and everyone's like, where are you guys? And I keep getting attached to videos looking a certain way, and I just get to not be attached because that. You say hi? You say hi, Noe? Yeah. So here's the deal. We're gonna give you the rundown of where we've been, where we're going. We're gonna stop with the cliffhangers of Spain because that sort of shifted, and we're having what you would call a go with the flow year. None of our plans have come to fruition, and that's okay. It's weird. It's a weird, cool year. I'm gonna wake up Jaime and we're gonna be like laser. See you in a second. Hi. Hey, Noe. How you doing? All right. So another part of letting go of the attachment of how this should look is that I don't think Jaime is gonna join us. It just went in the room and he actually looks pretty sick. So we're going to do this separately and hopefully I'll get him to vlog some of his perspective, but I'll give you guys an update. So back in September, we sat down and thought that we would have a bottle of wine with you guys. And that went sort of something like this. I hope that you open a bottle of wine. I probably should have said that at the beginning. We can all have wine visually together.
Maybe you should,
Cut something in.
Yeah,
since I have editing
hey
powers.
guys, we just finished this wine bottle. It's the end of the
Okay,
video.
wait.
But we're putting this at the beginning of the video so that you can open a bottle and have it with us.
Continue. So it was super fun, but then I looked at 30 minutes of footage and I was overwhelmed, and it was kind of like us just having a therapy session. It was a lot to cut down and I wasn't sure how much you guys even needed to hear of that. So I might keep some bloopers because they were pretty funny. I'll put at the end of this video, but let's give the update. So a few videos ago, we gave you guys a cliffhanger after we went on our baby moon to Key West. And those are when conversations started about our business, about our life, about our daughter. We changed the name we had planned for her, and a lot of what was coming up was a desire to connect with Spain. We both have family there. I am Cuban as well. So the cliffhanger. No, we're not moving to Spain. Kind of. We're not moving from Bryson City. We love this area, and this is where we are seeing ourselves as our home base for the foreseeable future. But we've been working remotely for a long time, so we have been location free, but we haven't really been acting like it. Like, we sort of just moved our office into this house and then we were here clocking in and out. You can hear my kid. So part of what our commitment is now is to explore this freedom a little more. Obviously, we see a bunch of people doing it on YouTube and we love that. And we're like, why aren't we doing that? We can. So Spain, we definitely want to go live there for 2 to 3 months for the next couple years while Noe's really young before she starts school. And we're figuring out how to do that. Now, this video was going to be an announcement of we're leaving, and our next videos are going to be our beautiful life in Spain. And then life happened. I'm not going to reveal too much because it's not my news, but I've got some family stuff going on, some health stuff, and I know in my heart it's all going to be fine, but it's one of those serious sort of moments where you get to decide, or I get to decide, that being with my family during that time is more important. Even if I know everything's gonna be okay, it's a tough experience, and that completely derailed our plans. So we're gonna cancel our tickets, head down to Miami, which is also a part of our plan because we love Miami so much. We left Miami and we have an apartment there who we've been renting to lovely tenants, and they are moving on. And at first we were like, what a bummer, they're such great tenants. But then we were like, is this all happening at the same time for a reason? And it did. I think everything happens in our life for a reason, for divine timing. And so Miami is also a place we want to make a bigger part of our lives in general. I think you guys know that we lived there originally. I'm from there, born and raised. My parents are there, my sister is there. So now having a baby, we definitely want to make Miami a bigger part of our lives. And so let's get into the nitty-gritty of what that looks like. Did we just have a little fall? Oh, I see, girl. Oh. Okay, intermission break. Hi, intermission break with Noe. Oh, intermission break with Noe. We got really lucky and we just got Jaime. We just got Papa, no? We saw Papa in the hallway, so I think he might join us. Papa. Yeah, Papa. I love this freaking kid more each day. Look at this. Look at these little curly cues. That's what you do when you're a mom. You just take snot off with your jacket. This is why videos don't get done. Okay. We're gonna do this with a baby. I had to have a wardrobe change because I got stained, because such is mother life. Okay. Quickly. How are we gonna make this a reality? I feel like I love videos where people explain to me how they do things and the behind the scenes of like how the sauce gets made, so to speak. So I'm gonna tell you guys that because I feel like we get a ton of questions on like, how do we make it work? How are you doing these things? And I wondered the same things too when I was sitting in a 9-to-5 and being like, how does this even happen? Like, how does someone even get the money or figure out their finances? That's where my mind goes. Or whatever else, right? Like now I have a baby. I'm just like, oh my God, how do these people take their babies? So rundown. Like I just told you, in Miami, we have our very tiny little beautiful apartment that was the first place that Jaime and I bought together. We're going to Airbnb it, and we're gonna hope that goes well. And the point of that is so that we could then use it versus having a permanent tenant lease it out on a yearly contract. So we're gonna go down to Miami and we're gonna be there for a few months before that lease is up and we get to get in there, clean it, decorate it, and put it up on Airbnb and enjoy it ourselves. Spain. Luckily, both Jaime and I have family in Spain. His family is around the Madrid and Toledo area. Toledo is where we got married. It was beautiful, super epic. And my family is in Asturias, which is in the north. It's actually very similar to our little town here. So we'll have family to bounce around with, but we truly don't want to have the experience of visiting. We want to have the experience of living on our own and what that would look like in Spain. Because maybe one day, this is a dream, this is a super far, not anywhere near the realm of possibility. I gotta hope things are okay. We want to buy a place there and be able to go there probably for longer stretches of time in the summer once Noe's in school and we kind of get to be tied down to a schedule here. So we really have a sense of urgency to do these things now because Noe's already a year old. Hi, you're doing great. She's smiling. So really, we don't have that much time before school, relatively speaking. I think we're starting to realize how quickly a year passes by. And so, I see girl. Ah! Hi. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna visit some family because Jaime hasn't seen his family, and I haven't seen them either. They're my family too now, and I haven't seen my side of the family as well. So, so we'll do that for some time, but we hope to create the experience of our family of 3 really figuring it out. Bo will stay with my parents in case anyone's wondering, and I don't think we actually went into this, but I did say it on social media. I know we've had videos on adopting our dog Mia, and you guys have seen her, and unfortunately she passed. So that is why you're not seeing her, and that is why I'm not mentioning her. Noe did get to meet her, and she loved her, and we loved her very much, and we still... and mommy's gonna get emotional. Woo, we still mourn that. So that is sort of the nuts and bolts of how we're gonna make this happen. At the moment, I am not working on our business and on raising this child, which is a challenge, but awesome. The best job ever. Jaime is working and he has his own business. I think we shared in a video way back in the day when he had to start that. It was around the, doesn't matter. He had to start his own business, and it was very scary for us because we didn't know what that would mean financially, and he's done super well for himself. I'm very, very proud of him. So I'm gonna take it away to Jaime once he gets back to explain to you guys that we also had a change of heart in our company name. You guys may know that our company, this company, the rental company, our vacation rentals, is called Hygge House. And we love that term, but it's really hard to pronounce. It's a Danish word, and if you see it on paper, it sort of looks like it's spelled hygie. So there was a lot of pros and cons, and we never totally felt like that name hit what this was to us. At the time, we really loved the concept, and it was sort of like where we both could agree. And now we have changed that, and it sort of goes in with all of the changes that we're making, and it feels right. And I'm gonna let Jaime explain that to you because we are officially opening up our home as part of our rentals while we go down to Miami. So this house will be available to Airbnb, and it's a great season because it's spring, so it's a bummer that we won't be here, but I know that people will enjoy it. Yeah, and we're really, really excited about that change. Okay, can we say bye? Take it away, Papa.
Good morning, everybody. It is officially daylight savings. My beautiful daughter and I are up today, or this morning I should say, was my morning. Cris takes every single night shift, and on top of that takes every other morning. So I'm a lucky guy, and I'm also not a good morning person, so very grateful whenever you watch this, my love. Thank you. She just had breakfast. She's now doing Greek yogurt with fruit in the mornings, and she's up to here with it. That's what that signal means. Up to here. ¿Hasta dónde? ¿Hasta dónde me tienes, mi amor? Yeah, hasta ahí, hasta ahí. We try to speak to her in Spanish. That's our way of hoping that she's able to speak fluently, even though we'll a majority of our lives be living in the Great Smoky Mountains, which isn't notoriously known for Spanish speaking. So obviously English will come naturally, but the more that we can do for her to speak Spanish, the better. I think that's a good segue. I watched Chris's recordings from yesterday. I think she got into Hygge House, which was the original name for the business and the property. And that's a Danish concept. And to simplify the meaning, it's conscious coziness. So it's a very Danish, like almost collective identity for their country, the way freedom is to America, you know, Hygge is to Denmark. Anyway, we liked it because we like to be cozy, and you know, all of the concepts surrounding lighting and decor and connectedness, like, you know, getting together with friends, but just a few friends for some good quality time rather than going to a party with, you know, hundreds of people or something like that. So that's all Hygge aligned with us. We liked it. The only thing that we sort of started to realize, and I have to give credit to Cris because she told me this when we bought the property and we were talking about it, and I was just not open to the thought that we could put something Spanish oriented in Bryson City, North Carolina. It just didn't connect in my mind. I just didn't make sense at the time. But the more that we've lived here and having this little nugget, I think has opened our eyes to that being our niche to a degree, or at least a bit of value we can provide to others that is something we hold near and dear to our hearts. Yeah, she's up to here, as you can see. It's getting close to nap time, guys. So I'll try to make this short. The name that we have decided, and it's taken a lot of conversations to get to, very little arguments, is Casa del Pueblo, La Casa del Pueblo, which is directly translated to the town home, or the home of the village. But the concept of it is, in Spain specifically, this probably happens in a lot of places. Here in the US to a degree it happens, but it's just so ingrained in Spanish culture that everyone who lives in the city or works in the city or whatever it is, and this is any city, they always have their Casa del Pueblo, my home in my town, and that's usually where their grandparents grew up or great-grandparents grew up. But everyone in Spain, I think this is why it's so, widespread of a concept, is that, the cities weren't really a thing for a while, I guess. It's just, well, let's put it this way. A lot of the people from towns started to migrate to the cities probably around the time of my grandparents, so her great-grandparents, maybe a little bit before for some, maybe a little bit after for others. But what it created was, then people, let's say my age, a little bit older, a little younger, they always had this house in their town that they would go to. So they'd have their life in the city, where they'd have their friends from school and everything like that. But on weekends and most summers, they'd be like, oh, me voy al pueblo, a la casa del pueblo. So it's like, we want to create a situation where the guests that come to stay here feel like this is their town and this is their home in their town. And that way it's something that just becomes almost like a tradition. Like, you might be somebody that lives in Atlanta, or you might be somebody that lives in Miami or any other city, and hopefully, once these guests come to stay here and internalize this concept of La Casa del Pueblo, they'll feel like this is in fact their Casa del Pueblo, their home in their town. And they'll continue to come, summers or weekends or whenever, because we really want to make this feel like it's their house. And because it's a Spanish concept, we're doing a lot of Spanish type decor and Spanish touches. I don't know how else to put them. It's more of a feeling, but hopefully anybody that comes to stay here that has also been to Spain will be reminded of their time in Spain as well. And that's the 6-minute version of what our business is turning into. It's also the first time, as Cris mentioned, that we're actually going to have the house itself, where we've been living for the past 4 years, up as a listing on Airbnb and VRBO. We're excited about that concept because we bought this property with this business in mind. Granted, the smartest thing to do with our financial abilities, let's say, I was about to say limitations, but I'll just say financial abilities, was to live in the top while fixing up the bottom, creating the 2 suites, and starting to rent the bottom and sort of recoup some of that investment. But the concept from the beginning, we had the financial abilities, was to not really live here and have the whole property be some sort of a mini resort, which is why we talked about tiny homes and things like that. That's still in the plans for the future. Saca los pies, mi amor. You stuck that again? Sorry about that. That was Daddy's fault. Anyway, I think I have to go, but I will try to get back and record the rest of this later today. Bye, y'all. So here's us signing off, you guys. We've tried to set up the camera in a place where the lighting is perfect, and our kid is not gonna destroy it. / I hope you guys feel like you're sitting on our couch with us, because that's kind of where the
You
camera
are.
is.
You're literally sitting on our couch with us.
We hope you enjoyed this video. It's really more of an update than anything else, so we can get started again, sharing our life and our adventures moving forward, which I know a lot of you started following us because of our adventures around Bryson City and the Smokies, and those are going to be a part of it as much as Miami, Spain, and who knows what else will be a part of it. So stay tuned. Give us the thumbs up. We know you, well, you know we appreciate it. Maybe you appreciate it.
I hope you appreciate it.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is a weird video to ask you for that, but
Maybe
you know,
not.
if you want to find out more, subscribe, check out all our other videos about Bryson City, and just know this was mainly an update to our beautiful subscribers who we've missed dearly throughout these past months, where this little savage over here that's coming over with our dog's toy,
Our dog's
literally.
toy. We're good parents.
Yeah. She has not really allowed us to make a video. I'm gonna go ahead and just blame it on her.
Yeah.
But we are back,
We're back.
and we hope you see more of us.
Yeah.
And we hope to hear all of your comments and what's going on in your lives. I know we've appreciated the few sporadic ones that, even though we haven't been putting videos up, you've been writing to us. So thank you. That definitely has gotten us back on this side of the camera. Keep motivating us to do it again.
Bye.
That should have been the last one. Our kid enjoyed that quite a bit. Bye.
Bye.
We're about to make a YouTube video.
I need you to
Are you gonna
step up.
cooperate? Are you gonna do this with us? Or are you gonna do this against us? I guess it's gonna be a hiatus. How do we start this again? I feel like there was a...
Sustained. Okay.
No, but there was a thing to say first, because we're gonna.
I'm gonna leave this in.
Good, leave it in.
I'm gonna leave it in.
I want you people.
You people, our friends, to see that this is like not that easy sometimes. Okay.
This is how you get to know us.
We've had some really great videos that we've shared in the past couple weeks.
There we go.
The first of which was our birth video, which was really, really special. It's the most personal video that we've done. Definitely check it out. You really get to know us quite well. And then the
By the
second...
way, it's not like a birth video, like, oh my god, birth video. It's more of like, you know. Anyway.
You'll see. You'll see.
Just leave it. Leave it there.
We'll leave that right there. It was like the same
It's a
exact
ghost
take.
cake.
And it was so funny, and it's probably one of the coolest cake stories.
I mean, we don't have a lot of cake stories, but that's probably top 3.
Is a connection rooted in our Spanish roots. Rooted in our Spanish. That's a lot. Whatever.
That's the root squared, which is funny because
I'm gonna leave it there. It's my second glass of wine. I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
The square root of root.